This podcast is part of the Zeo to Hero podcast network.
You stay right here.
The world is very lucky to have you, and so am I. May the power protect you, always.
We heard the voices. We can hear them. We can touch them. We're gonna find out who they really are.
Well, now that's a terrible idea. I'm gonna do that one more time because I felt like I sloshed it.
Welcome to this episode of Zeo to Hero, where we are traveling through the cosmos and breaking down cosmic fury. Jim, we need to have some sort of like spoiler alert here. Can we do like a tornado siren?
Like a tornado warning siren, like the really loud ones? Like obnoxiously loud, so people know exactly that there's a warning right here, right now, beginning of the episode.
Just bump it. Just bump it to 110.
All right, let's do it. Let's be full on, like right now.
Let's do it. So. Welcome again to this episode of Zeo to Hero. I hope all you grid travelers have found a right podcast to listen to. So welcome to this episode. I'm Billy, and I'm always joined by my brother Jim. And if you've listened to our last episode, we said that there was going to be a big part of somebody or something in that episode on this week's episode. So, without further ado, I'd like to welcome back Paul from the Reluctant Adult podcast to help us break down Cosmic Fury's 10-episode third season of it.
Coolio.
Oh no.
Oh, that's right. He does say that.
Paul's back.
About that.
Oh no.
That's the final line spoken in the history of the show. Coolio.
Yep. It's going to go right on t-shirts that Power Rangers from Hasbro will definitely misspell and mess up.
Hashtag Power More Rangers.
Yeah, I never understood that. What was that? Power More Rangers.
I am totally offended. Like the last words of the episode, like the series wasn't like "Come at me, bro." Like the Mortal Wars of Zordon, and "Come at me, bro." I'm still mad about this. It could have easily been used. Like they even had a thing there with some people there that could have said it.
I just clearly they are aware. Do you think they were aware that this was it, that there was not? I mean, they had to at some point know it's like they didn't get the renewal. They weren't coming back. So they must have known at some point during production that this was it. And then do you feel this pressure to make the final episode something historic? and did that final line, was it something else at one point? And maybe they were like, oh, let's just make it this stupid thing. This will be it.
Oh, I'll agree with you on that one. I feel like they kind of realized that this wasn't. I heard that there was supposed to be like a 15 episode or 20 episode, but then it got cut to 10.
Yeah, Hasbro wasn't going to pay for it at all. But
I do love like the last episode right before the credits and stuff. Like when he was saying that he was talking to a being that Billy like tripped and was like, he's still out there.
That is some
like
tease. Like that's going to ruin Billy's life.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about that, because the question was, does Cosmic Fury take place before or after Once a Ranger,
after
the 30th anniversary?
Like
yes.
Stephen
that's
Bennett's
what it's
like. It came after. Even Stephen Bennett was talking about it. He was like, it came after it. Simon. Yeah, Simon Bennett was like, yeah, it came after it because that's.
But it doesn't make any sense because, well, it makes more sense if it came before, because that triggering Billy's, urge to go find Zordon.
Yeah,
but like to have it afterwards, it's like I already looked. I killed Trini. Like my thing killed Trini. Like I'm gonna start it all over again. Like that just seems ridiculous.
Like it's okay. Like there's even that scene where Billy's in the command center, right? And like the tube behind him is cracked, so it happens afterwards. which is the most like annoying thing. It's like, all right, Billy has already killed Trini, just happenstance, and so now he's like, no, it's over and done with. And then he gets this news like, oh hey, he's still out there, and he's like, damn it, I thought I was done with this.
Yeah,
yeah.
I do like the nod that he says that he has to basically leave for his team to help them fight, and then you do get to see, at least you get to see Min in there, the show that he has brought his team in the Megazord to help.
The only two, yeah.
I mean, but I don't know. It's so bizarre to me. Yeah. Like I feel like they shot it in such a way that it could have gone either way, because it's not like if it wasn't Min, if it was supposed to be Trini, it doesn't look any different. We don't hear her.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
So, I'm not mad. I'm a little upset. I'm not mad. I want more answers.
Are you disappointed?
Nah.
Yes.
Not really.
No. Are you satisfied with how it ended?
Look, it was.
I liked it. It was fun. I liked it. Seeing Zato as a Morphin Master, I liked it. But then at the end, it was a helmet that like disappeared, and it was him underneath. So now my question is, who might be the other Morphin Masters then?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because then, they could possibly have helmets on as well. Yeah. But yeah.
Well, it's the whole Morphin Master thing is weird because they are supposed to be the most powerful beings. But then, like, that sort of negates the whole need for Power Rangers, so they sort of got them out of there so that they could actually have a series. So it just was like good idea, but maybe an execution not such a good idea.
Nah. Like, in Dino Fury Season 2, the Green was able to capture Zed, but then they all lose to an energy cannon to get put into a tube. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But, oh man. So I'm going to surprise y'all both here. I put a little effort into this. I wrote a little Cosmic Fury synopsis.
Oh, wait. You put effort into something?
Wow. I put effort into this, yeah.
My God, let's hear this.
This is a special occasion.
So I put Cosmic Fury. Cosmic Fury, a 10-episode arc where these teenagers with attitude travel into portals with a Ghost Ranger, Zato, looking for Zed, to only find him teaming up with an evil arms dealer by the name of Bajillionaire and her company Squid Inc. With the help of the Squid Drills to mine for materials to fuel Zed's minions, the Sentinels, and help pay contracts for villains to work with them. As the battle heats up, we see the help of all the Morphing Masters, Billy and the lovable Mick Canick. As the Morphing Masters are captured into a power tube, Billy takes the Rangers under his leadership temporarily and sends Mick off to search the cosmos, looking for Zato as the team returns to Earth to defend from Zed and Bajillion's forces. Before leaving Zordinia, that's a hard word. Zordia.
Zordina? That sounds like a flower. Zordinia?
The Zordinia flowers. So before leaving Zordia, they follow Javi's vision of the obelisk given to him from the Morphing Master's staff. Seeing it struck with lightning, Javi sacrifices his arm to unlock the ultimate cosmos Zords that Billy... The cosmic Zords that Billy and Mick were searching for on Zordinia. While back on Earth defending the city didn't go as planned, losing Ollie to the evil side and having the statues destroyed, cutting ties to the grid, the team of teenagers have to retreat to the base to a planet 30 million light years away with a new face stowed away on the base. As the team search the planet with no power seems to be too much, Billy, a genius, he is using the staff to make a connection to the grid, creating new powers, the cosmic powers. The new powered team have to duck, dip, and dive, trying to harness the new powers' abilities, like Javi tries to harness his new tech arm given to him from Solon and Billy. And we could fill in the rest, because that's as far as I got before I got on here.
It took you 2 hours to write it. You thought it would take you 2 hours to read it.
Woo, that would hurt.
But yeah.
Okay. Does anyone else? Okay,
kinda-
does anyone else when they announced the name of the they had the name of the planet on there, Zordania? Did anyone else think of Futurama when Bender was like, I'll be the floozy bot to not floozy bot, like a lady bot to win all the gold medals in the Robo Olympics?
Oh yeah.
It was Rodania or whatever.
I don't know.
I don't remember, but I just remember going like, "Oh my god!"
This,
It was sort of like
this name. I want to see what it's actually supposed to be.
Zordnia?
Zordina. So like Zord,
Zordina.
obviously, but then it's like Zordon, Zordina,
Zordinia?
I heard someone say it, and I was like, that's not how I would have thought it was pronounced. So
now the lore of the planet is that's where they received their ninja zords.
Oh, so it exists. So it's not like a new thing.
It exists.
Zordina.
Yeah. So that's where the movie, I think, takes place, is where they went to the temple to get the Zords and powers.
Or is it from the show? Because it's different, right?
Actually, yeah, look this up, because like this is interesting. Because they said that that's where they got the ninja Zords from. But then, like, how do you miss an obelisk or a temple type thing and out in the open, and you've been looking for it for years?
Let's see.
I don't know. Google just keeps showing me Zordon. It doesn't want to accept that I saw it.
Okay, so they went to the planet Phaedos in the movie.
Oh, okay.
But I think
okay. Well, the movie.
I think that they said they got the Shogun Megazords there.
Yes.
So, they didn't get them there. They got them on Earth, but they were built there. Or they came from
they
there.
were made there.
And that because remember Zed got those in season 3 from somewhere else. I didn't find them. They arrived on Earth. And Zed was like, you have to control them. You must pilot them because they need to be piloted from the Power Rangers, but they're under my control. Yes, that.
What do you think about Zed coming back for this?
I liked it. It was a familiar face, something, but I didn't expect to see him like team up with somebody. I thought it was just going to be like a sole villain, just him.
I thought his bodysuit can do a little bit more work on it. Like he was a little too thick, but
yeah, that was weird.
It was fun.
He had really big legs.
Like it was,
and then he gets a power up. He gets like the super shredder treatment at the end.
Yeah,
Master Zed. I don't know about that one.
I could not.
Okay.
I couldn't get behind that. Yeah,
because he couldn't even fight because the suit was too fragile.
It was too. Yeah, I thought it was like too bulky for him. Like the suit actor was. Yeah, but I give him credit. I think he one shot the Zords as they came by.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, end of Zords. Yeah. I did like. Okay, so I remember like the first time I saw Zed in the season, this season. I stopped, looked at the staff, and I had to rewind because the staff looked like it was duct taped together.
Oh, no.
I was like, is that duct tape? No.
Well, here's a question for you, Paul.
Yep.
Did you like the Cosmic Fury voice of Zed, or did you like the Dino Fury voice of Zed?
I have to go back and listen, but I do remember thinking that the voice in Dino Fury was way too generic, and it's like they didn't even try to replicate the original voice, which seemed like an odd choice. Like you could definitely find someone that could do the impression. The new one was definitely closer, but didn't have the right like post-production on it to really get it there. And like in the world we live in with AI and stuff, it seems like it could have been done. I don't know why they couldn't go all the way.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, they could have at least like, AI'd the voice from like Mighty Morphin footage.
This show is so funny with recasting voices. I just think of some of what was it in Beast? Not Beast Machines. What's it called? Beast Morphers. They had that whole episode where they were showing old footage and like the voice they gave to Austin St. John, like it was so. I don't even understand what they were doing.
Yeah, that was that was weird. And then they got him into the season 2.
Right.
Yeah, he came back. Yeah. But yeah, I was like, I couldn't watch that section. I was like, these voiceovers are so bad.
So bad. And it's like almost
so bad.
it has to be intentional because it was so bad.
Mm-hmm. Did you like the suits, the Cosmic Fury suits? Did they grow on you, or you're not a fan of them?
Well, let me tell you what I didn't like about them. I don't like how the chest part was like a vest on top of the suit. Like you could very clearly see like where the arm met the torso, that there was a hole there. I that's just not how I think the Power Ranger suit should be. Like there shouldn't be like layers of fabric. It was just weird. Like it seemed unnecessary. But we've all heard that there were more elaborate suits, and then Hasbro's like, please dumb these down so we can make the toys more easily. And I wonder if we will ever get to see if someone will like leak some of the artwork or whatever
that would be
for
amazing.
the original designs.
Like
that'd be awesome to see like what could have been.
Yeah.
What can
Someone's
we
got to
got?
do
Yeah.
it.
I will say
Now-
these new suits look pretty easy to cosplay with. All things considered,
Yes.
like it's not gonna be elaborate. Like
But would you want to?
maybe
I wouldn't. Yeah.
This is something I keep coming back to. So the movie, the most recent movie, the reboot, I thought it was a good movie. I didn't think it was a good Power Rangers movie because they were barely Power Rangers. And then my biggest problem with it were the designs for both the suits and the Zords, because those designs for Zoo Ranger, Mighty Morphin, it's like the pinnacle of design. Like so simple with the triangles, but then like the helmet designs are just so perfect. And even like the series before, if they had adapted that previous series, I don't think we would be here 30 years later talking about it, because it was just the perfect storm of dinosaurs. Kids love that, karate, but like it just looked so good. And I don't think there's ever been a suit design, especially the helmets, since that have replicated it. And I don't know like what it is, like why they were able to like just hit like the golden ratio, if you know design, like of these helmets. But like anything they've tried to do, like even the first movie where they like kept the design but they updated it a little bit, it just made it worse. It didn't make it better. Like it's perfect as is. It cannot be improved upon.
I'll agree with that. Yeah, I think like Dino Thunder tried to replicate like that, but it just was not the same. Like their helmet design was just no mouthpiece. It was all one color basically. Yeah, they couldn't. Like you said, it's like the golden
there's been a
golden
couple that
ratio.
come close to like being perfect. Like look at Ninja Storm was amazing for what they were. Like they were fantastic.
Yeah,
Turbo,
I mean that,
even the Turbo,
and it comes down to preference too.
Like,
so like the ones we just talked about, they don't have like the distinct mouthpiece.
Yeah.
So that was something very unique.
Yeah.
And like it almost gives it, because it gives it that human feature because of the lips and the do you see the nose too in that little silver part?
There's a nose?
I'm just thinking of the Mighty Morphin helmets. Like you see the lips.
Oh,
but I can't.
Oh, there's no nose. Yeah,
Maybe you
there's
don't
no
see the
nose
nose
on it.
You see like the Cupid's arrow or Cupid's bow like above the lip.
That's it. That's about it. I know that Ninja Storm was really popular because they actually had the retracting face mask, so you can see them in the suit. Like,
yeah, that was cool.
That was cool. That actually they had a lot of sales because of that. Because like actually seeing them in the suit was really popular for the kids at that time.
Yeah, I mean that's a great. But so that they did that. Did they do that, or they wanted to do that with the first movie? Have the visors disappear?
Yeah,
so
they wanted the visors to disappear at one point. Yeah, but
it just doesn't. It didn't work. It didn't work.
It did not work for them at all.
No. What they did was they gave the helmets enhancements, which I did not like either myself.
Yeah, that looked weird.
No.
Yeah.
You can't mess with perfection. Like that just, and that's why like the fact that a lot of the toys are not perfect to the design, like a lot of them have not been able to match the design, and it ruins the toy for me. Like I'm looking at my Mezco 112 Green Ranger. Perfect helmet. Yes. Perfect. So like to me, this is the perfect Green Ranger for a lot of reasons, but the fact that they nailed the helmet, and I do think that remastered Green Ranger looks good. I don't have it in person, but I think they probably nailed that too.
Now, that Mezco one actually has the helmet clasp, right?
Right. So it's hilarious.
And that's
like,
cool.
If you look at the boots or the gloves, they even have the zippers.
Zippers.
Oh, that's great.
Dang.
It's like detail overload.
I like that. I like that when they include like the actual suit from the like the zippers.
It's like it jumped off the screen.
Yeah, exactly. Right into a box.
Right into a really expensive box.
Wait.
Yeah.
Before we move on, I gotta say this. Billy took the Master Morpher out of the box. The Master Morpher?
Sure did.
Your fingerprints all over the
box.
Does yours work?
I try not to.
I've heard a lot of people saying that theirs are messed up.
I haven't put batteries in it yet.
Oh my god, that should have been the first thing you did.
Yeah, I didn't have any. I didn't have any.
3D print them.
Oh, wait a minute.
3D print batteries?
You're onto
Hold
something
on.
here. Yeah, hold on.
What's inside a battery? Is it like
Just lithium ion cells?
something,
Yeah,
right?
Paper rolled
that's
up.
all you do.
yeah? Go pour that in there.
That's it. Oh yeah. So basically, with the Cosmic Fury, I like how it was basically like continuous through the episode.
Episodic.
Just one
Like,
story.
it was like
Yeah.
it was one big
Yeah.
story, yeah. Because normally you'd get like an episode would be focused on the Red Ranger, Blue Ranger, but I like how it was literally all one. They were all included.
Well, that used to be if like when it changed from. I'm trying to think of when it happened, but the producers were talking about how there were all these edicts. Like you had to have the comic relief. You couldn't have a story that spanned more than one episode because they wanted kids to just be able to jump in at any point. So it's like they weren't allowed to have an overarching storyline. So for this one, they're like, well, hell, we're just going to make one long 10-episode story.
I think those
That's
edicts
right.
came around when they did the changeover to Disney, and the writers were talking about it and stuff, because something like that, or it was a changeover from Disney to...
It was like more recent. It must have been when Hasbro bought it. And it was like a Saban thing. That must be what it is. It was a Saban thing.
Hasbro got it from Saban, yeah. Because I remember them talking about Beast Morphers, and like this first season of Beast Morphers had the two comic relief, and then the second half wasn't as prevalent.
Yeah.
So...
Oh.
And we got some...
Did you like the comic relief in the Cosmic Fury?
What was it?
It was the daughter. Basically, like the daughter was like the comic relief.
What daughter?
Bajillionaire's daughter.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I must have like mentally blocked that out. I can't even remember any of that.
So it was funny because like Lord Zed in the TV series, he always said he hated stinking teenagers, and then he gets stuck with the teenager that's also influencer as well.
Oh,
It's more and more annoyed with her. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
He gets more and more annoyed. Yeah.
I did like the fact we got Heckle back as the Dark Ranger, and he was the mole in the organization. And oh my god, like I'm just so happy we got the Dark Ranger suit. It looked great. Though I will say, Toei was the biggest baby about loaning out that helmet to the production team. All the helmets, like they threw fits about the helmets. Oh my god, it was insane.
Explain that character to me.
The Dark
so we had
Ranger?
not seen him. We had not seen him.
If you ever watch Dino Charge was the pinnacle of the Neo Saban era, like Power Rangers, and they had a character named Heckle who ended up with the Dark Dino Gem, and the season finished before he could actually use it. So,
okay,
yeah. So instead of like having the power, he had a alter ego named Snide.
Yeah.
And so he was able to separate himself from Snide, and then he was the controller of the Dark Inner Gem.
And then he became a big character in the comics because he had control of the Dark Inner Gem, and then the season ended, and so the comics picked up his story arc for the Shattered Grid or after the Grid, and he ended up becoming like a protector of a planet for like 100 some odd years. couldn't do much with it, and then got the Dark Dino powers, and it was kind of interesting. Not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, and in the Super Sentai, the suit or the character is the strongest ranger out there.
It's very
so that suit was used in the Sentai, but they didn't get to it in Beast Morphers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they didn't get to it in Dino Charge. Okay. It's a fan favorite, like long time fan favorite, and to actually see it in use in American footage was like, you know, the creme de la creme.
I will say, if you get a chance to read the Beyond the Grid story arc for the comics, because it really gets into his backstory and how he like wants to forgiveness for the sins he's did because he was a bad guy for a long time. I highly recommend it. It's really good.
But yeah. So basically.
You guys like the comics?
What would you say? I love the comics.
I enjoy them. They're really good.
Well, I pretty much read Shattered Grid, Beyond the Grid, and then I've come up to where they're all dead, basically. I can't remember the name of it now.
They're all dead.
Ah, man. I'm a Power Ranger fan. I feel ashamed of myself.
Shame.
It was edited in here.
Yeah. Oh, but basically, like, Dark Spectre infects the grid using the Death Ranger.
Oh, yeah.
And then
where
it basically
Zane comes back as a Death Ranger, which was super weird. So it's a parallel universe, basically, from the show. And Andrews brings Zane back with the Death Ranger. And he allows Dark Spectre to infect a morphing grid. And it gets all crazy. I'm going to go with that. Yeah.
Yeah. So the comics are interesting. It gives more of like an adult theme, like darker series, but from the show.
Yeah. So I will say, Cosmic Fury felt a little bit more adult oriented than previous seasons.
I'll agree.
No, I will say this too. Like, we got 10 episodes, right? But they did a lot in those 10 episodes.
I don't know how y'all feel, but I really liked how they had like women driven plots in there as well. Like, it was just all the girls were like either fighting together, and then they would go and save the guys, and vice versa.
Yeah, that was pretty funny when they showed up to beat what's her face, Virgilia.
Vagina,
yeah. That's what he said.
Virgilia. I had to bleep that out. Come on, man.
Bleep that out. It's not a swear.
Oh man. But yeah, I like that.
That was really fun. I do like the fact that there was some female focused moments, which was really cool. I did like that a lot because that wasn't really a thing in the past because you only ever had like one or two female characters, and they were almost always like just there as showpieces. Like, there wasn't really any character going on except for Jin in Time Force. I know she's a badass. I'm gonna go with that. Fine. And Taylor's a badass in Wild Force. But every other like female character kind of was just there for show.
Yeah. Do you feel like that's because the Japanese people are very sexist and that they didn't give a lot of time to those characters?
Okay, I did not. I didn't think about it like that.
you do. There is some like really good female story arcs in the Sentai. Just you gotta use like what you get.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They don't have any footage of anything happening.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like all the female characters, what are they gonna do? Not a whole lot. Well, all right then.
Now, here's another question. So, as we know in the Cosmic Fury that Fern gets a power from Solon, like that's her animal is Solon, basically.
Yeah.
What did you think about how she acquired it and being an actual Orange Ranger?
Has there ever been an Orange Ranger, or is that the thing where it's like this was the first Orange Ranger?
This was like the first main one. The other ones were like they only showed up for one episode.
One was imaginary.
Yeah, one was imaginary,
and the other one was a one-time use.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's good. That's like one of those they were like checking off the boxes. So it's like, all right, first person of color to be 6th Ranger, first female full-time Red Ranger. What else can we say that we did for the, for the first time here?
Okay, so speaking of Red Ranger, I noticed her helmet was more of like a flat color. And then I started looking at the other ones, and I really loved how they made the helmets flat, like the flat matte black
shiny.
and matte blue. They're not shiny. I like that aesthetic of how they looked like that. But
they had to make copies of the original helmets.
Yeah.
Because Toei wouldn't let them borrow the helmets.
Hell, is he so mad?
For production. They're like, all right.
Like, it's not one
Come
guy.
on.
Like, it's a company, right? Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
they're like,
I don't know what was going on with Toei, man. Toei was not being nice to Hasbro about this. To be fair, though, Hasbro also wasn't really being nice about the show either.
yeah.
Like, it was supposed to be like 22 episodes, I think it was. Like 22 episodes it was supposed to. Hasbro refused to pay for it. Like, no, we're not going to pay for it. Netflix picked up the tab because Netflix is like, well, we have exclusive streaming rights to it. Let's do it.
It's all
You get
very
10
bizarre.
episodes.
I think the fact that we got anything is a triumph from the people who
Yeah.
put it together, like under these circumstances.
Right?
Oh yeah. So
This season made
we heard rumors
no
that
sense.
Ollie was going to turn bad. Did you expect him to have his own like upgraded suit, like an evil suit?
I had no expectations, but I read
Okay.
read after the fact that they weren't sure that the actor was going to be available the whole time. That's why they did that, because they thought maybe they would just have the suited character and then he would provide ADR after the fact, like they did in Dino. Was it Dino Fury
Dino Thunder?
with Tommy's character?
Oh, Dino Thunder.
Dino Thunder, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But I tell you what though, Ollie though, that actor that played him, perfect heel.
Oh, he did a great job.
Oh, yeah.
It's always great to have an evil ranger.
super fun.
I think
always.
that is always when Power Rangers is at its best. I mean, nothing will ever top the Green with Evil saga, and that's where
nothing.
Everything is just trying to live up to that level.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Yeah. I did like him in this one, and then how I didn't like how they like constructed this like weird way to how to break him. Basically, like they got to destroy the statue of his animal, but then they transport it. I don't know. I just didn't like how they like constructed that whole. Well, we got to do this and this, or if this doesn't work, we got to blow this up. And
I missed that whole part. I don't even remember what they did.
It's convenient. It's really convenient for the story because then you can give them the new powers.
Yeah.
Done. Like you blow up the old thing, voila, new powers. Done.
Yep. I liked how we did get to see like previous villains like Mucus and I cannot remember his name. Slither. And how they went from bad to good. So
that was adorable. Not gonna lie to you, that was the cutest thing. Like they went from bad to good, and then you have Zeta going like throwing out there like changing Mucus back to being a monster, going no one should live in their no one should be afraid to live in their own body. I was like, oh dang it! All right, Zeta.
Yeah.
All right.
Also,
then,
I like how they Yeah. Oh no.
No man, it's ridiculous.
I like how Mucus like referenced an older episode in Dino Fury with the good luck charms and stuff. I didn't realize that they were gonna bring that back up.
Oh, cool, man! They brought back the Dark Ranger. They're gonna bring back some other stuff. Come on.
Yeah.
I just want to take this moment to show off my custom selfie series that I made, where I took the body from the skeleton putty, but then I put on the boots and the gloves from the just the regular Red Ranger, and I took this white coat from like a wrestling figure that was on sale for $7, so it almost looks like he's like a doctor or something.
Doctors.
I want to please remind you that this is a audio only podcast.
I just did a good job describing it. You just envision all of the pieces. I'll post a photo.
Now you gotta have to describe it to the listeners with interpretive dance.
Oh well, they can't. How are they gonna understand that then?
Well, it probably
they'll know.
You can hear me like flailing. You hear the wind whipping by the microphone.
Oh man.
The flailing around and then breathing really heavy afterwards, going, I did
there
it.
It is.
I did it.
That's it.
Art. It's my art.
Do you think with the Power Rangers season ending, like cutting ties, basically, we don't know a specific date for a reboot, or if a reboot will probably happen? Do you think that this is actually going to hurt like Power Ranger toy sales, or do you think other companies will probably pick up like IP access and pay Hasbro some.
So here's what's going to happen. So Hasbro is not going to be producing any more Lightning collection past what they've announced. That includes like role play Zords. The Zord Ascension project really was just a bust from the start.
Yeah,
we got 3. So we got Dino, Megazord, we got Dragon Zord, and then they did In Space, which was like what?
Yeah,
and then like Tiger Zord was rumored, but that never actually got officially released or like promoted or whatever.
Yeah,
even announced.
Thank you, that's the word.
Yeah.
So Hasbro, in terms of making Power Rangers, is not going to be making Power Rangers. Super 7, they license out the characters to make their Ultimates. I don't know how much longer they can make these Ultimates because they're not going to make past Mighty Morphin, and we already saw that a couple of the figures, the Tiger Zord and Madame Woe, did not get enough pre-orders to even go into production. So there's not like a lot of meat on the bone for them. It's entirely possible that another company comes by, like the Loyal Subjects, or like just somebody that wants to make toys that people like, that stores will want to stock. Like if they want to get their toys in Walmart, like this is a very recognizable brand. So like while Hasbro might not be willing to spend money on cutting steel to make them, another company probably will. So we might see more Power Ranger stuff from these other companies, but nowhere near the sort of like rollout that we've seen from Hasbro. And but the real question to me is, what is this going to do to the secondary market value of the stuff that already exists? Will people, like, is it out of sight, out of mind, where people won't even care? Or will people want to go back and, like, they still want to buy stuff, so they'll try to fill in the holes in their collection? It's like, is now the perfect time to sell if you're done? Or do you want to hold on for a year and maybe see if, like, because there's nothing else coming out, people get really, like, antsy about wanting something, and they'll start, the prices will start increasing. That's what I want to know, because I have a lot of stuff that I kept. Like, I don't necessarily need this right now. It's like packed away. It's like, should I put it on eBay today, or should I hold out and wait?
I would wait a year, see what the market does.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
My question is, what was that all about then? A few weeks ago, Entertainment Earth made like a big announcement that they're restocking the Dragon Daggers, the Red Ranger helmet, and the Blue Ranger helmet.
The White Ranger helmet.
The first.
Yeah.
They're like reissues for the Lightning collection.
So like the most popular things that Hasbro's made, they can see on the secondary market that this stuff sells for a lot. There's a market there. They're going to make more. So like in theory, they could keep making stuff if there are people who want to buy it. They probably just won't make any new stuff.
Yeah, they probably will re-release.
That means we're probably never going to get the Black Ranger helmet and the Yellow Ranger helmet.
Oh my god, I'm so mad that I can't complete the helmets. I'm so mad.
Yeah, I'm upset about that because I wanted the whole MMPR set.
Yeah, they gave us friggin' Zed, and then they gave us the who's like the evil Tommy Ranger. What's his name? Draken.
Yeah, Draken.
Yeah.
They wasted 2 spots that they could have been yellow and black and green. Like no green. Get out of here.
Anyone else?
Yeah. Elisa's screen accurate green, something better than the Legacy.
Oh my god, I hate that thing. I bought it and I sold it because it just was squished in weird ways. Like it didn't look right at all.
Exactly, yeah. But man, with the age of 3D printing, people are just printing the missing holes now.
I do like
on
that.
Their line.
I do like that. Yeah, bring down the prices. I don't like who's the guy that makes helmets and it's like a 3-year waiting list?
Ooh.
You always hear this one guy's name like referenced in terms of like high quality helmets. I'll buy a 3D printed Black or Green Ranger helmet. I want to see what it's like.
Yeah. Isn't he like called like Fifth Ranger? I can't remember the name. There was a number.
There is a name you always hear.
Yeah. Yeah, I always hear that. Dang. But yeah, so a little upset about that.
Yeah.
Well, we're investing in a 3D printer right now, so we might print our own.
Gotta make sure it's big enough.
Yeah.
Right.
They're not.
I tell you what, though, that last wave of Super 7s, though, was an instant buy. The Bulk and Skull.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to buy that instantly. It happened. It was instantly.
Yeah.
Did you get the other two characters, the re-release characters?
I might get the Tommy, like glow in the dark, just to get it.
I just don't like those figures. They're just I mean, now that I have the Mezco figures, it's like, do I want to pay double and get the Mezco figure, but get like a really good figure? Or, I mean, it's still expensive, the Super 7, and I don't feel like they have any playability. Mine broke when I tried to move the legs. I do like the Zords, although I have my issues with the Dragon Zord that I have right here.
Oh, yeah.
He's so flat. Look at the chest. He's so flat. Sunken chesticles.
Oh, that looks...
What's the deal?
Yeah, that looks weird.
It's so weird.
It looks like Dragon Zord was put on a training regimen to slim down.
He's lost some mass. From some angles, it looks okay, but from other angles, it's just like, why did you make this mistake? I don't understand.
Oh, man.
Well, T-Rex looks amazing.
T-Rex is good. I'm hoping the Dino Megazord looks good, too. The prototype looks good.
That's right.
I will say the Zap Dino Megazord looks pretty good. I do like it.
I don't like that it's off model. I don't like that they made their own artistic choices with it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like the pterodactyl had like that hexagon design in there.
Yeah, she has like a texture.
All right. The texture.
And then like the legs are too long. Like you can tell how wrong it is because they use that model in the show. And it looks so wrong, and so you can see like where it should have been different. Like squish it a little, and just like, I don't know.
From a distance, where I have it set at, from a distance, it looks great.
Is it better than like the original Bandai one? Like, is there a reason to get it?
It's available.
But you could probably get the original one for this around the same price. It's like $150.
The original one? The original one, I haven't seen it below 300 in a while. The original Bandai one?
Repro stickers. Just go to like a yard sale. Like it's like the time that would be popping up at flea markets and stuff.
Do you think I would be waking up at 7 a.m. or 5 a.m. to hit these flea markets up?
I don't know. Flea markets don't necessarily like start there. I mean, like they keep going though. I don't know. I'm the same way though. I'm not going out. But like in theory, you could do that. Bill loves that. He always goes to flea markets.
What's Bill?
Oh yeah.
What's a Bill?
What's that one that he goes to? He talks about it was like the Boy Scouts garage sale.
So the Boy Scouts yearly have a yard sale, and it's like all year long they're collecting stuff. And then this one date out of the year, they set everything up in this big field. And the way he was describing it, like people mark it on their calendars, like they're there when it starts because they want to get the best stuff. And he usually finds like something good. And, it's obviously it's random because it's people donating, but he always walks away with something.
I wish we don't have that here. No, we have like called swap meets and stuff, but I never go to those. Never.
You should start one
because it's I should start one with Power Ranger toys.
Yeah, you would probably get some people to show up and bring their stuff.
That's right. Yeah, unfortunately, where I live, it's a lot of sellers are like 90% Funkos.
Oh my God, Funkos is ruined. Funkos is ruined collecting in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I collect
Funko
them here
collection.
and there. Yeah, as I stare at my own collection. Yeah, Funkos are interesting because like the turnaround time on those, like you could pre-order and then they'll be there like a month later.
Yeah, like, the turnaround is pretty good.
Yeah,
I will say.
But I guess it's easier.
The only thing I'm having problems with is finding like shelving units for them. That's the problem I have. Like, I want to get a shelf for them and like set my whole collection up because they would fit on a shelf. So I only need like 12 more Simpsons Funkos in total. Like I'm almost done with the collection.
But they just released those Power Ranger Funkos. I thought those things were gonna go very quick and stuff, but not a lot of people are hopping on the Funko train for Power Rangers.
Are you looking for a new holiday destination? Then look no further than Ranger Travels. Here at Ranger Travels, we will take you to the most exotic places on one continent. Take Angel Grove, for example. Want to ski? Then take a trip to our frozen wasteland. Fancy a desert walk? Then visit our Sahara area. And are you a budding volcanologist? Then check out our active volcano. It erupts quite regularly. Book your new adventure with Ranger Travels. Ranger Travels is not responsible for destruction of property while on your holiday. If there is a monster attack, Rangers will respond. T's and C's apply.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Though I will say I went and repriced my King Kodos Funkos. They are like double in price. So I'm like, yeah.
You gonna get the Super 7
Oh.
ones?
The Super 7 ones?
They're so big.
Yeah, I might. I'm thinking about it because I already have the In Space Homer and the Mo, and I found Itchy and Scratchy for like dirt cheap, so I'm gonna probably get Itchy and Scratchy.
Oh.
And then the next, I'm waiting for the third wave that comes out with Hank Scorpio. I need a Hank Scorpio. Like, I actually have a Hank Scorpio. It's not the same like quality. Let's see.
You got the World of Springfield one.
I have a way different one. I have this old Playmates one from like 97.
Yeah, the World of Springfield.
Yeah.
That line was great just because of how extensive it was. Like, no, I don't think anybody expected them to get to the number of characters that they did.
So like
That's
this
really
comic book
where
store I
it
have
shines.
near me has like almost all of the entire collection. Except for Hank Scorpio because I had to buy that one. But yeah, they have like the whole collection there. So I'll have to remember the name of the comic book store. I'll say it in the next episode when I remember it. So
I noticed that they're doing the Treehouse of Horror like reaction figures.
Yeah,
Have they been doing those for a while, or do they just do those?
They got 2 sets. I think the second set just came out. It's like starting to ship. Those are pretty good. Like, people that were mad about the Ultimates being so big because they wanted them to be in scale with World of Springfield. These are a little closer to that. I think a little too small, but still closer.
Right. Okay. I was in box lunch and I saw a bunch of like Grim Reaper Homers.
Yeah.
And it reminded me of that episode when he became death. So
I love Treehouse
like how
of
funny
Horror.
it was.
That's like the best thing they do.
Every time I see it on the TV, like they do like marathons, I'll sit there and I'll watch them.
I think if you go on Disney Plus, they have it categorized where you can just watch those episodes. I think.
Yeah, but they do the 16:9 ratio from the 4:3, so it ruins half the jokes.
Okay. So didn't they add in the option to change it to 4:3?
To be fair, I don't know. I don't get Disney Plus anymore.
Okay. Well, I
gone
think
too woke.
because
No,
there was like a big deal about it when it first came out, and I thought they changed that to the default, but no, because whenever I watch it, it is 16:9 cropped, which is like so stupid. Like, why would you like literally cut off so much of the screen? Like you were saying, like it cuts off the gags. It's not you don't even know what's going on. A ton of the gags,
like a lot of them. Like there's that one joke where like Otto's like sitting there about the stoner shop, the stoner's tea shop, or something like that. And like it cuts off the name, and Otto's like, "Oh man, what a joke!" And like it doesn't tell you the name of the damn place.
Right,
it's annoying.
Missed the entire joke. It's ridiculous.
Hence why I have all my Simpsons backed up somewhere else that I can watch it whenever I want to at the correct aspect ratio.
Bill still has them on VHS when he taped them off TV from the original.
Wow, you don't hear that often.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah.
I mean, damn, that just blew my mind that he still has VHS.
Dude, we knew a lady who had stacks on stacks on stacks of VHSs in her house.
Yeah.
It was kind of concerning.
It's the best format. It's the best format.
Huh?
What?
That's right.
What? No,
you can just rewind it when you want.
Digital Laserdisc was the best format.
I missed that one. Did that come after VHS?
It came during VHS. It was a giant CDs.
Yeah.
Like giant CDs.
My family owned a video store, so we were all VHS. I think we went out of business before they even like the DVD even started. But like it was all VHS. There was nothing else, any other format.
Well, like VHS was very good because you could record stuff really quickly and easily. Yeah. Like every VHS player came with a video recorder. Like every one of them did.
Yeah.
And so it was really easy, and like they weren't that expensive to pick up. Like they really weren't. Like you can pick up a VHS for like I think it was like $4 at the time. And like you had like 6 hours of recording material you could put on there, and that's 6 hours of TV you can put on there.
You could do the long play, like the different qualities. It's like, I don't care if this looks like crap. I just need to record a lot.
Oh yeah, that's what we did with the Power Rangers show when we were kids. We'd record on VHS.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
yeah.
Well, I got all of those Green Ranger Saga VHS tapes because you had to snip out the back to send away to join the Power Ranger fan club, which gave you 6 autographed 9x8x10s or whatever the dimensions are. And then it came with like a lunch bag, like a foldy lunch bag and stickers. And like, I still have a lot of that. It's like here somewhere. I like grabbed it when I was back home the last time.
Oh, wow.
It's like my
we never did
possession.
They were all signed by 6 of them?
Well, it's a facsimile.
The original.
But like, it was like, like it was opposed, and then they had their like, the fake signature on there.
Yeah.
So like, if you care, you don't care. If you didn't know because you were a kid, you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
And you could get it signed. Like that would probably be maybe I'll bring those with me to Ranger Stop next month and get those signed by whoever's going to be there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. You're going there and you're going to be on a panel.
I'm going to be on a panel. I don't even know what the panel's about. I think it's like collecting or something.
Oh man.
I'm going to be there.
I would totally go, but that Florida's a long way for me.
It's only a 3-hour flight. You can do it. I believe in you.
Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, we're not asking you to walk.
No. Luckily, it's in a hotel, right?
Yeah, I think most like conventions.
It's still in Florida, though. Still in Florida.
Yeah.
I don't think you understand this fact. It's still in Florida.
It's a hotel. You can sleep over. You don't have to find.
Exactly.
But you're still walking around in Florida.
What's wrong with Florida? What's wrong with it? What's wrong with it?
It's literally like walking through soup, no matter where you're at.
Oh, it won't be that hot by then. It was nice today. It was actually kind of cool. It was only like 80.
What?
It's crazy, right?
I was driving home. My thermostat said 99. I was like, damn, it feels good out here.
Yeah, you got that wind going. That's nice.
Oh,
you got the wind going?
Anything below 105 feels great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
for real.
Our whole summer, 109, 110 the entire summer.
Oof.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't think we were going to survive the summer. I thought this was going to be like when climate change like really kicked in.
Oh, yeah.
And like the trees would melt or something crazy like that.
Yeah. Yeah. They were showing some streets in Texas were melting, like they were filming people in front of them, like just picking up asphalt off the roads.
Oh my God.
Or
like the tires melt.
Yeah, the tire melting.
They were patching my road. They were patching my road, and the patch never solidified during the summer.
Oh yeah.
And so I accidentally parked on it because I didn't realize where it was. I parked on it, and my front tire attached itself to my front tire, and I got on the highway, and it was just like the entire like quarter mile I drove on it till I got off the road.
Now. Damn. The scary part about the summertime here was I was receiving a lot of packages from like Hasbro, Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, and they would leave it by my trash can in front of the house. And I was like, the Texas heat's going to melt my toys.
Yeah. No, it's actually good because it loosens up those joints. And so it's actually, especially if you're getting something from NECA. That's great.
Oh, wasn't there a whole thing about the Lightning collection during the winter where people were like breaking the joints and stuff?
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Yeah, the helmets. They were trying to take the helmets off and just snap in the joint.
Yeah, they were saying the people up in like north of by Canada were like having their toys just break.
Oh my God.
Oh man,
got to put them in hot water for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Or not open them.
Well, there you go. Especially if they're in plastic-free packaging, so you don't even know if they're in there.
Oh, God. You've been hearing about Amazon? Like, apparently, people are ordering the Power Ranger figures off of Amazon, and then they're just opening up to, like, Fortnite figures and stuff.
Damn, I hate that. Just, like, say it's broken. Don't send it back like it's the same figure. Just say it's broken. You still get your money back. I don't understand.
Yeah. Exactly. And so now apparently Amazon's the new figure swap location.
Yeah, I know. I don't like it.
They don't ever ask me any questions. Hell, I sent back a camera and say I didn't need it, and voila, they just pay me back the money for it.
Yep.
Yeah. There you go. You can't do that. Don't like that. But yeah, not fun.
I bought, speaking of returns, I found the Cobra Kai The second set, like the villains and the Skeleputty.
Oh,
And they had a Skeleputty, and then they had whoever is in the Blackie, and they were down to like $14, like whatever 50% off would have been.
Oh,
so I
right.
grabbed those. But then the next day I was at a different Target. They had everything, and they were only $8. So I bought like pretty much everything they had, and now I'm gonna bring back the ones that I paid $14 for.
the 14.
It's like that's like $30 back in my pocket.
Pretty much, yeah. That's how much they are here. They're about like $8.38 or something.
Yeah, I gotta pick them up at that price.
Yeah,
That's the
I was
full
just never a
price
fan because
here.
I never watched the show. Never had any
No,
connections.
me
to it,
neither.
so
But
I
they're
didn't-
just great figures. They're just like if you want ninja figures, they're.
Oh, yeah.
I love the sleeveless
that.
arms. Like I wish I could interchange some other figures with them. I wish that the neck peg worked with my selfie series, but for whatever reason they made the peg a different size than the normal Rangers. So he fits on the
That's right.
putty, but he doesn't fit on that.
Bullshit.
It is bullshit.
Yeah.
The guys.
Yeah, damn. Yeah, look at that. You can see how jacked he is with the arms. He looks like he's from Alabama or something like that.
Who, me?
No, the figure. The figure looks like he's from Alabama, sleeveless and.
Yeah, check that out. There we go.
That's too
Oh
pelvic
my
for
God.
Alabama.
Oh no.
Who, me?
I like how this show started off as like a review of the series. We just ended up talking about toys.
Well, yeah.
It always
how
leads to
that's
toys.
just the natural progression of things.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, then let's wrap it up then real quick. Let's end it strong. What's one thing you liked, one thing you didn't like about the Cosmic Fury?
Okay.
You guys go first.
No, guest honor, man. Guest honor.
I
gotta
liked
think.
I liked the story. I liked the storyline. I like the little nods that they put in there to reference back.
One thing.
Oh, I'm clumping it together. Okay, fine. I like the nods that they put in to reference to older seasons. And then the one bad thing is I didn't like how short it was. I felt like it kind of slammed together, like really rushed. So if they would have extended it out to 15, 20 episodes, I felt like we could have had a little bit more development.
All right. I did like the pacing. I did like the fact it was really quick. We got a lot of stuff done per episode. That was fantastic. I didn't like the ending Megazord like battle thing.
No.
Like it was a little rough.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't bad. It's just a little rough. Like I don't know why they put the Ninja Steel one in there. They could have done another one, any other one. It went fine. Like whatever, doesn't matter.
They just had to use whatever they made toys of because they had those like the CG file.
They didn't have the CG file. Well, they had to
They
make
made
one
the
for
little
Lost Galaxy.
Which one are you talking about? Because they made like the little VHS Zord figures.
Oh, they
So
did. They
had
did
those.
make those. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. That tracks. it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They said they scaled some of them off of there, like body wise.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that's the only way. It's not like they're building it from scratch. They didn't have anybody do anything.
No.
My favorite thing about Cosmic Fury is that it was our first team with 2 lesbian Power Rangers.
Amen.
And then my least
First
favorite
team
thing
on
is
TV.
we couldn't even get a lesbian kiss, let alone more than that.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't like to see two female Rangers bumping helmets? Like, come on, that would have been TV
Sir,
history right
that's
there.
2 teenagers. Go
No,
right
they're
to jail.
not though, right?
No, they're
Not
teenagers.
they're older than that.
They're still,
Whatever, the
they're still
actors-
No, because they were
they're
going
18.
to
They're
what? Or they were going to college.
it's
You
different in New
still go to
Zealand.
college at 17.
It's
You know
different
what?
in
You
New
know what?
Zealand.
You know what? Paul, you're in Florida. It makes sense.
Listen,
What?
I'm sure those actresses are like 40 years old, so I don't want to hear
Yeah, pretty.
anybody. No. No, I think that I did like that. What's her name? Amelia? Is she the Red Ranger?
Yes.
Yes.
I thought they really did a good job with her character, making her like the leader. Like she really seemed like a leader. They gave her some good character development. I thought that whole sequence where it was revealed that she was red, where she's like, whoa, really dark shade of pink. Like I thought that was well done. Like they handled that well. I feel bad for fans of the Zato character because you did not see much of him. And then hearing that the producers wanted him to be a white ranger, like his costume would be white. And then someone at Hasbro was like, I don't know, people might be offended, which is more offensive, I think, than actually doing it. So I didn't like that Zato really got shorted in terms of screen time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I did like his story. I liked his ending story. It was great.
Yeah. His arc was, I like how he explained how he came back. Basically, space magic.
The tree, right? The tree hugged him?
The tree, it saved him. But like how the Morphing Masters brought him back basically was like just space magic.
Well, sure. I mean, that's where magic comes from. It comes with space.
Exactly. Space.
The best kind of magic.
Yeah. I mean, we see it in Ahsoka. There's space magic.
No spoilers.
With a K.
I haven't seen it either.
I need to watch it. I
come back tonight.
It's the last episode. It's the last episode.
I'm just gonna go on Twitter and look at spoil. I'm gonna spoil it for you guys right now.
Billy, let's go.
Let's see. This person says, "No way, Ahsoka just ends like that." Well, that sounds disappointing.
That's fair.
That's good. As long as it's disappointing.
Nobody will be happy. Damn it.
All right, Billy, wrap it up.
All right. Well, thanks for listening to this cosmic spoiler episode where we spoiled. If you listened, spoiled it. Gave some feedback, what we liked, what we didn't like. Then talk toys, because Paul's podcast is about toys, and you got some insight on some of these things. Some of these companies I never heard of. So,
like
thanks again, Paul, for. Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, I never heard of that. I don't know. And then he sent you some.
Yeah.
So you can review them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked all that. So thanks, Paul, for joining us tonight and talking Power Rangers, toys, and Simpsons.
What's the name of my show?
Reluctant Adult Podcast.
The Reluctant Adult Podcast. Get it right or pay the price.
That's right. Come on now. I gotta pay the troll toll. But yeah, if y'all don't listen to him, y'all need to check it out because they just hit a milestone of 200 episodes recently.
So proud of you guys. So proud.
Thank you.
So proud. And you've actually got Bill to talk more.
Yeah, he's taking over. I gotta actually tell him to shut up a little bit. He's taking over.
Yeah, but it's definitely a good show to listen to begin the week off.
Yeah, there you go.
Because that Monday morning is real slow, and that's what passes the time for me. Plus, I get to hear about toys.
Wait. So y'all show starts the week off. Our show ends the week, and it's just a whole week of terribleness between, right?
Yeah, nothing good happens.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah, nothing at all. Yeah.
Nothing. It's like he's wearing nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Oh, so, wait. Hold on. I have it.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
You got stupid, sexy Flanders?
I have them.
There he is. Like I'm wearing nothing at all.
And I have regular Flanders too, which is ridiculous. Like, look, his glasses actually stuck off of his face.
Nice.
So Paul, for people that want to follow you on social media, what is your tags?
I never know. I think the Reluctant Doll Podcast on TikTok and Instagram. That's really all that matters.
Mm-hmm. Can't miss it. It says Trap with the Toys R Us R in it.
That's right. We got the Toys R Us colors until
someone right.
makes us stop doing it. But it's been several years at this point, so I think we're good.
If they make you stop and like cease and desist on it, I will riot in the streets.
It'll be a one-man riot. But
I got you. It'll be one-man riot.
I need somebody.
He's gonna take out one person's trash can, his own,
my own, in disbelief. All right. Well, Jim, where can people find us at?
ZeroToHero.com and across the board at Zero to Hero, not Zero to Hero. It's Zero to Hero.
Hey,
heck. You can actually search us now. You can type in Bulk and Skull Podcast and we show up on Google. So we're the first result on Google. It's great.
I will chalk that up as a win.
It's amazing. I'm like, all right, cool. We won Google.
All right.
I'm gonna tell them that I know you guys when I see them in November and see what.
Oh yeah, totally. Tell them we said hi.
Totally, yeah.
Tell them we send them regards.
Yeah. They knighted us. They
right.
gave us our blessings.
Oh, and okay, heads up, they are super nice. Just a heads up.
funny.
And
They don't. I feel like they don't kayfabe. I feel like the characters on the show are actually them in real life.
Oh, they live the gimmick.
Yeah, they live the gimmick. Yeah.
Yeah. Just having fun with it.
But yeah, so thanks for listening, everybody. Until next week, I want to do like a Skeletor thing, just like.
All right. I'll totally use that.
Keep that in. All right. Well, all right. See you later, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Do you want to be a hero, but you're not? Do you want to be a Jiro or a Kojiro, but you can't because you're not Japanese? Have you considered Zio to hero? Remember, heroes come and go. Idiots are forever. Jubilee!
But yeah.
You alright there, Paul?
I'm sorry, I was just reading something that said my favorite Mexican restaurant was closed due to health code violations. But then reading in the thread, it doesn't seem like it's true. So I'm like, what's happening here?
Oh,
to be fair,
that is something to be concerned about.
We understand.
Yeah.
We understand. We understand the concern. We understand entirely.
This is the Zio to Hero podcast.